Today on Record Breakers, Ashrita Furman tries his hand at underwater juggling.
An Indian man attempts to break his own record in dehusking coconuts.
The world's first finishing school for men opens in the UK.
And kayakers paddle down Europe's highest waterfall.
Because on Record Breakers, we know there's dream chasers.
We know there are serious risk takers.
And we know there are always record breakers.
If people are attempting it, record breakers are filming it. Get ready as we explore the outer limits of human achievement on Record Breakers.
Ashrita Furman is attempting to break his own record. The record-breaking legend is trying to rewrite his previous longest underwater juggling record of 48 minutes and 36 seconds at a newly opened aquarium in Malaysia. We'll check on his progress throughout the show.
Temperatures in Beijing may be hovering just above zero, but that hasn't stopped a dedicated team from creating the world's largest ice cream cake. 20 people worked for 19 days and 19 hours to finish the world's biggest ice cream cake, breaking the current Guinness World Record. The huge ice cream cake is 4.8 metres long, 3 metres wide and 1 metre tall, and weighs 8,000 kilograms, 2,500 kilograms heavier than the previous record set by Americans in 2004. The ice cream stunt is all part of a publicity campaign to promote a new children's play, Ice Cream Mountain, which will debut in Beijing. Now that the record has been broken, the cake will be sliced up into 32,000 pieces and stored in fridges for distribution to theatregoers when the play debuts.
Freiburg, home to the first walk-in, world's largest cuckoo clock, lies in the picturesque Black Forest in southern Germany, a favourite among tourists from around the world. Freiburg is the cuckoo clock capital of the world. Cuckoo clocks originated here over 200 years ago, and they're one of the reasons why Freiburg has become one of the most popular tourist destinations of the Black Forest. Why cuckoos? The Black Forest is full of cuckoo birds, and it's the easiest bird noise to imitate. Freiburg would not be complete without the world's largest cuckoo clock, which stands 4.5 metres tall and weighs 150 kilograms. It's even in the Guinness Book of Records, and its chimes can be heard on the hour, every hour.
Money can't buy you love, as the Beatles once sang, but enough of it could get a lucky fan the handwritten lyrics of A Day in the Life, one of the band's classic songs. John Lennon's original handwritten lyrics are up for auction and are expected to break world records with their price, with auctioneers hoping they'll fetch around $2.5 million. According to the Bonhams, the $2.5 million price tag would make the lyrics the most valuable musical manuscript composed in the 20th century to be offered at auction. Lennon's handwritten lyrics sheet for the Beatles' 1967 live satellite broadcast of All You Need Is Love sold in 2005 for $1.04 million. Just goes to show that sometimes you need more than just love.
Raju Siddharaju sinks his teeth into the thick, brown, fibrous, oval husk of the fruit of the coconut palm with as much ease as you might eat your apple pie. But the virtual assault on his dental assets is a feature Siddharaju has been used to for nearly a decade now. Sidiraju claims to have dehusked at least 4,000 coconuts in his 10 years of regular practice. He's the holder of a Guinness World Record in this category since 2003. According to his Guinness record, which he set in March 2003, Sidiraju successfully dehusked a coconut measuring 78 centimetres and weighing 4.744 kilograms, using his teeth in 28.06 seconds. In both the world record books and the local Limca record books, his aim now is to break his own record.
As models, stylists, fashion journalists and buyers descended on Milan for the fashion shows, Wonder Bra have been unveiling their very own take on the season's designs, the chocolate bra. Made of pure milk chocolate and trimmed with tiny leaves made from white, dark and pink chocolate, the bras could double up as a late-night snack. One major drawback, though, acknowledged by chocolate experts, is whether the Choco Bra would be able to hold anything up in hot climates, not to mention a warm embrace. Wonder Bra model Adriana Sklenarikova didn't sport the chocolate bra herself, but contributed to the theme with a box of chocolates spelling out "Love Me." We're sure there's a lot of men in the world who would be happy to oblige.
David Beckham holds a world record. His name was searched for on Google more than that of any other sporting personality in 2003 and 2004.
Shrita is continuing his good form as he attempts to break his own world record for juggling underwater. Divers were called in to try to contain a determined shark from hampering the record-breaking attempt.
Visitors to Ice World in the northern German city of Lübeck quickly discover that ice equals beauty. In the world's largest indoor event, ice blocks are produced in stainless steel vats in which the water freezes bottom up at a temperature of minus 15 degrees. "15 teams with 2 people each compete in the international contest, using chainsaws and chisels to create artworks of ice and snow sculptures. The finished products create a glittering winter wonderland." The motto is Fantasy in Ice, and Austrian art director Gert Hodel insisted the ice sculptures are of the highest level of display worldwide, with 70,000 kilograms of ice being used.
Kayakers from Germany descended the Rhine Fall, Europe's highest waterfall at 23 metres, for the first time without an air supply. George Scholf had already paddled down the right side of the falls near Schaffhausen 6 years ago, but the hot summer in Europe meant the more dangerous left side was now accessible because water levels were low. It is estimated that 700 cubic metres of water usually pour over the falls a second. The flow during the descent was estimated at just 250 cubic metres a second, which made the feat possible. He had memorised a comparatively safe route, bypassing as many dangers as possible, trying to avoid rocks and turbulence that could hold him under for minutes and drown him. Let's watch again as we see the dangers he faced. Afterwards, Scholf was jubilant but knew how dangerous the descent had been. If anything had gone wrong, he said, not even a world champion swimmer could save you from the immense power of those waters.
When finished, the world's longest football scarf is supposed to be around 60 kilometres long. It all started with a brainstorming about what to do for 2006's Football World Cup. A few weeks on, more than 7 kilometres had already been mastered. Hundreds of volunteers help keep the project going. After all, there are another 44 kilometres to go. 420 knitters all over Germany take part in the unusual needlework. Segments are being knitted in all 32 colours of the World Cup's contesting nations. While anybody with a pair of needles can take place, the current Guinness World Record for the world's longest scarf is 38 kilometres. Volunteers have so far joined together 7 kilometres of material, which means a lot of work to complete the 60 kilometres before the tournament starts on June 9, 2006.
Don't know what to do with your old cassette tapes? One New York woman is spinning the threads of those tapes into haute couture gold. Sound and visual artist Alice Santoro wove tape and cloth together to create a world-first fabric she calls Sonic Fabric. Santoro got the idea for Sonic Fabric in 2001 when she wanted to replicate the wind-activated prayers of Tibetan prayer flags. After first knitting with the cassette tape itself, Santoro discovered that the standard 1/8 inch tape fit perfectly into a commercial loom and decided to combine the tape with various fabrics. The creation was at first merely a piece of art. Then one of Santoro's artistic colleagues suggested that the material may still be able to create music. Using a slightly modified Walkman, Santoro created sound by running the player's magnetic head over the cloth. So, move over iPod, the cassette tape may just make a successful comeback.
Sweden's Henrik Stenson broke the course record when he fired a 10 under par 62 to claim a one-stroke lead after the third round of the inaugural Abu Dhabi Golf Championship. On a calm, sunny day, 5 players eclipsed the course record, and it was the Dubai-based Stenson who benefited most, as he finished with a 16 under tally of 200, one ahead of American Chris DiMarco.
It was possibly the first and last expedition of its kind. 6 adventure-loving rafters from different countries set off from the Bujagali Falls in Uganda with the aim of breaking the world record of navigating the River Nile along its entire course. All 6 team members have lived and worked in East Africa for the last 5 years. Between them, they boast an incredible 50 years of whitewater and expedition experience. A multinational team, members are from South Africa, New Zealand, England, Ireland and France. The Nile runs through 3 countries, Uganda, Sudan and Egypt. After travelling through deserts, war zones, jungles and through some of the most remote and hostile territories known to man, the participants are glad to be back on safe land.
The old adage, manners maketh the man, is all too true in this story. At what is being billed as the world's first finishing school for gentlemen, learning how to set the cutlery can be just as tricky as the fly fishing. But after 3 days in a Scottish castle, the students emerge from a minefield of etiquette, knowing everything from how much to tip the gamekeeper to how to walk with a book balanced on their heads. Good manners are ageless, priceless and classless, believes Diana Mather, who charges $1,145 for a 3-day course. The would-be gentlemen, eager to boost their job prospects or just sent along by despairing mothers and girlfriends, are given a crash course on how to cut the mustard in high society. To the relief of their nearest and dearest, they were even taught basic sewing and ironing skills, as well as much manly pursuits as fly fishing and clay pigeon shooting. It remains to be seen whether or not the idea of finishing schools for men can catch on, but we're sure there's a lot of ladies out there who would be happy.
The world's first fold-away boat is now available. A British boat-making company has developed the world's first fold-away family-sized boat, perfect for the family who has everything. The Clam Boat, created by a company of the same name, is set to revolutionise the worldwide boating industry. At a basic price of $8,000, the Clam Boat can be stored at home instead of at a waterside mooring. Inventor David Rolfe believes that in the future, every family is going to want to own one, with the cost of using it a lot less expensive than filling your car with petrol. Wonder if he realises the inconvenience it would be to drive a boat to school.
Taiwan has successfully bred the world's first fluorescent green pigs that researchers hope will boost the stem cell research.
A Shrita is still going strong. The record has been unrivaled for the past 3 years, and a persistent shark is trying to reclaim its favourite resting spot that Furman happens to be attempting on. We'll be back soon to see if he makes it.
But first, here's some Hollywood record breakers you may not be aware of. Walt Disney holds the record for the most Oscars won in a lifetime. He not only received a record number of American Academy nominations, 64 between 1932 and 1969, but also won 26 of them, more than any other person. Walt Disney also won the most Oscars at a single presentation, with 4 in 1953.
The record for the highest Broadway gross in a week goes to David Copperfield. Copperfield's 5-week run of his magic show Dreams and Nightmares at the Martin Beck Theatre in New York saw it gross $4,180,000 during the 15th to the 21st of December 1996. He also holds the record for the largest private collection of magic artifacts. His International Museum and Library of the Conjuring Arts, which was founded in 1991, contains over 150,000 props, books, posters and other historical items relating to conjuring.
Reba McEntire is in the record books as the biggest-selling female country vocalist in the United States. She's released 8 multi-platinum albums, 16 platinum albums, and 23 gold albums from a career spanning more than 25 years. These include 1989's Sweet 16, 1994's Read My Mind, and 1998's If You See Him.
B.B. King is the oldest Music of Black Origin award winner. He was 73 years old in 1998 when he picked up the award for Lifetime Achievement. From 1951 to 1985, King appeared on the Billboard charts a record-breaking 74 times.
Thrill is gone away. Thrill is gone, baby.
The longest US singles chart span record belongs to jazz star Louis Armstrong. He first appeared on a Billboard chart on April 6, 1946. His most recent entry to the listings came in 1988, 17 years after his death, with What a Wonderful World, from the soundtrack to the movie Good Morning Vietnam. Armstrong also had over 50 hits before the official chart started in 1940, his first being Muskrat Ramble in 1962, taking his span of hits to more than 61 years.
A documentary on Elvis Presley called The Definitive Elvis Collection is in the record books as the longest video documentary about an individual. The doco, produced by Passport International Productions, is 13 hours and 52 minutes long. It features over 200 interviews with Elvis's friends, family, fans and co-stars. Production began in 2000 and it was released on DVD in 2002.
Elvis, we know he's really just who he is.
Bad luck for a Shrieter, as a shark foiled the world record attempt by the multi-Guinness record holder. But the shark, aptly named Guinness by the aquarium, was not the only thing working against Furman. He was forced to stop juggling 3 minutes after resuming because water had inadvertently seeped into his goggles. After trying again for more than 30 minutes, Furman finally abandoned his attempt as the clock struck 37 minutes and 45 seconds when sheer exhaustion and a lapse of concentration caused the balls to drop. Despite the failure, Furman says he cherished the extraordinary experience of keeping balls in motion while being stalked by a zealously curious fish. See you next time on Record Breakers.